Our screens are full of superpowered beings. From comic book movies to countless video game heroes, it can feel like the real world is just a little lame. Wouldn't we all like to at least have super speed so you could push snooze up until seconds before your shift starts? Well, there are a handful of humans who really do have special powers, enabling them to perform feats that would make Batman green with envy. So today we'll see how they became superpowered and what they do with it. Before we get started, test your telepathic powers by focusing really hard on the subscribe button. We also accept mouth clicks if you haven't mastered mind clicks just yet. Bill Haast. Harry Potter could famously talk to snakes, but Bill Haast proves that muggles can be just as badass, as he survived 172 venomous snake bites. His first bite was as a Boy Scout at just 11 years old, when a timber rattlesnake made his whole arm swell up. Later that year, a copperhead put him in the hospital for a week, even after he had his friend inject him with antivenom. By 15, he started extracting venom from snakes, and he even used his time in the Army Air Corps during World War II to bring back specimens from South America, India, and Africa. He died at 100 years old, and even when he had given up snake handling in his early 90s, he got his wife to keep injecting him with snake venom so he could keep his immunity, a process called Mithridatism, named after Mithridates VI, an actual prince of Persia, who tried to avoid being poisoned like his father by ingesting small doses regularly. Dean Karnazes. Jogging is painful, so those ads of fit young people laughing and joking while they casually do 10K make some of us want to throw our second dinner at the TV screen. But for Dean Karnazes, 10 kilometers is barely a warm-up, since this ultra runner can run for 3 days and nights without stopping. His secret is that he has no lactate threshold. When you exercise, you break down glucose, and lactate is one of the byproducts. Eventually, you can't process it fast enough, and lactic acid builds up in your muscles, causing pain, fatigue, and an overwhelming desire to never leave the couch again. Dean just has no upper limit, so the only thing stopping him are sleepiness or angry calls from his girlfriend asking why he hasn't brought home the shopping yet. Daniel Kish. It's a common myth that we only have 5 senses. We really have 3 or 4 times that many, depending on the definition, including things like balance and awareness of where each body part is. But no matter how many there are, all of them end up as electrical impulses in your brain. This is why Daniel Kish can see, despite being blind. He lost his eyes to cancer at just 13 months, but taught himself to use echolocation, just like a bat, by making a clicking noise and listening for the echo. This has earned him the nickname, the Batman. He's so proficient that he can ride a bike in traffic and camp out solo in the wild. The MRI scans have shown that his visual cortex is activated while he's mapping out an area, so he's effectively looking through his ears. Now we just need someone who can smell their way through La La Land or taste reggae. Isabella Beverly. London banker Isabella Beverly took a long, hard look at herself and decided that she needed laser eye surgery, and that she should also clean the bathroom mirror. Light is focused in the lens inside your eye, but the front part, the cornea, also has a mild focusing effect, so laser eye surgery involved removing cells from the cornea to make the necessary adjustment to your vision. In Isabella's case, it worked so well that she now has better than 20/20 vision, and new tests will have to be created in order to find out just how well she can see. Isabella herself said, "I feel like I have the eyesight of a child," which may explain why she's also considering tongue surgery to stop broccoli from tasting so yucky. Connecticut family. Remember the movie Unbreakable? Well, the premise isn't actually as unlikely as you'd think. In 1994, a doctor at the Yale Bone Center called Carl Insomnia received the x-ray of a patient who'd been in an accident. He was uninjured, and his bones were found to be 8 times denser than a normal human. The patient revealed that he's always wondered why all his attempts at swimming had ended up as diving. Insomnia eventually traced the family tree, all of whom remain anonymous, and even found a case where one of them had been through several unsuccessful hip replacements because doctors were unable to screw the prosthetic into his bone. It was just too hard. And like all great superheroes, this family may end up saving others since a study of their genome is being used in research for osteoporosis treatments. Randy Gardner. From the big boned to the bone idol, Randy Gardner showed up the lazy people of the world when he went 264.4 hours without sleep. That's just over 11 days. He was monitored by Dr. William C. Demant, a sleep researcher from Stanford, who said that the sleep deprivation had little negative health effect, but his perception was off and he had bouts of paranoia and irritability. On the 10th day, however, Gardner beat Demant at pinball, proving that lack of sleep had not overly affected his concentration. Or maybe just that the doctor was terrible at pinball. Sleepiness happens partly due to darkness, but mainly thanks to a thing called sleep pressure, caused by the release of adenosine. You then break this down while you sleep, so the feeling disappears. Randy Gardner must just have a better ability to overcome adenosine's effects, or perhaps he just bathes in coffee. Chow Rui. Shaolin monks are famous for their shaved heads and kung fu style, a lifelong training that helps them attain inner peace and a better understanding of Buddhism. Chow Rui has taken the maverick new step of using it to be bad at DIY. Not only can he place the end of a metal bar against his neck and bend it by pressing it against a wall, but he can also hold a drill to his temple and pull the trigger for 10 seconds without breaking the skin, thanks to years of training to toughen his skin. Although all these abilities have given him confidence that he lacked as a child, he has shown no signs of improvement with IKEA furniture and putting up shelves. Maybe don't headbutt everything. Anthony Kelly, another martial artist now, but this time from Australia. Kelly's skill isn't about bending or breaking though. Instead, it's that he has the fastest reactions of anyone alive and holds over 30 Guinness World Records. He's so quick that he can catch an arrow mid-flight, even wearing a blindfold. He has very fast natural reflexes, but he also attributes his ability to years of practice and his strict diet. What is it about his superfood that makes him so speedy? Runner beans? Red snapper? Actually, his fast food is meat and potatoes. That is all he eats. This man has never eaten fruits and vegetables in his life. Maybe each of us has a special power of our own, we just haven't discovered it yet. But although we all know that with great power comes great responsibility, remember that with no power, still comes mild responsibility. So don't forget to feed the cat and take out the recycling. Thanks for watching The Hub. Hit subscribe and make sure you don't miss out on more weird and wonderful facts about the world. Till next time.